Hey, happy day 1012 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We're going to talk about gratitude stones. And I forgot that I had these sitting right by me, but you can actually buy rocks and gratitude stones and crystals and things to create different feelings you want in your life. Calm. I think I'm going to hang on to these today and run around with these calm ones today. Because I actually woke up this morning. You know, do you ever wake up and some mornings you're just like, meh. You're just like off and you're like, I'm like, I don't have that much energy today. What's going on? And I think it's because there's so much nonsense going on around me and so much negative energy and so much crap in our world right now. And especially in the United States right now, it's like a three-ring circus, which, you know, not in a positive, good way. It's pretty ridiculous. But it is what it is. And so I shook it off, got myself a nice cup of coffee and realized and practice my gratitude and realize that it helps turn everything around. Gratitude stones, I've actually carried little stones and rocks with me since I was a little kid, probably since I was 2 or 3 and could get out and play in the yard and find rocks. I always had pockets full of goodies and rocks. My parents used to joke that I could fit more in a Band-Aid box. Remember, we used to have those metal Band-Aid boxes? I could fit more in a Band-Aid box. They'd peel it out of my pocket at the end of the day when it was time to go to bed because I would have found all these treasures throughout my day. So I carried around little rocks and little stones with me, never thinking of them as being gratitude rocks or gratitude stones until after probably watching the movie The Secret and realizing that I could use that as a symbol or a token or a tool to think about gratitude in a more conscious way. Now, I always used it. It always made me feel better. Carrying little rocks always made me feel better. I mean, if you look around me, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but if I just look around my video area even, I've got all these little boxes of rocks, and I've got a bowl of rocks that we found a couple of weeks ago. We went for a little rock and agate hunting excursion with the kids. Kids and I have been looking for agates this fall. I don't know why. My son-in-law has like these agate eyes and can find agates. And so I can't see well enough to find agates, but anything that gets my attention that I think is a pretty rock, I like to collect and get those. Wherever I've gone in my travels in my life and around the world, I've been a rock collector. I think got it from my grandma. She always collected rocks and actually made jewelry out of rocks, beautiful jewelry. Lost her last year when she was just shy of 100 years old. I think it was a good thing. She wouldn't have liked this political environment. And I don't think she lives in a nursing home, so I don't think COVID would have been done very well for them in that community. So gratitude rock is obviously the topic of the No Nonsense November, day 5 today, No Nonsense November. Instead of having No Shave November, I decided I would do No Nonsense November, especially as we were coming into a political time in America, and it just seemed like an appropriate topic. So every day in November, I'm talking about a tool or a technique or a strategy that I've been using, mostly a tool, an actual tool you can use, anybody can use right now to impact any area or aspect of their life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, or contribution. Whatever area, or all of those areas, I would credit gratitude rocks and gratitude stones with helping me in all of those areas of my life. Once I realized that I could consciously think about the things I'm grateful for, I could focus on the present moment, I could control, number one, my response to everything, whether I believed it or not. It changed everything for me. It really, really did. So I actually looked up for the it's not a challenge, it's just a sharing every day. I looked up online, you know, what are the physical benefits? Are there scientific studies that back up the practice of gratitude? And of course, there's lots and lots and lots of them. And, you know, we underestimate the simple things in life, the little things like waking up in the morning and before our feet hit the floor, just taking a deep breath and thinking of a few things that we're grateful for. Guys, I am happy and so grateful just to wake up every single morning that can turn anything around. So like, I'm surprised when I wake up and I have days like, I'm just feeling kind of meh today. Why is that? And I wanted to make sure that I could get rid of that. So when I feel that way initially, it's usually because I was dreaming about something, right? Or there's something in my subconscious that's bothering me that I'm not aware of, and it's trying to bubble up to get my attention. So I deal with it and take care of it. So I practice gratitude first thing in the morning. I practice gratitude throughout the day. It's why I like to carry the little stone in my pocket usually, because every time I touch my pocket then, or every time I feel it in my pocket, it reminds me to think of something I'm grateful for. I recommend that if you've never tried that, find a rock, pick up a little stone. You can find rocks and stones anywhere. I think all of these in this box are stones that I picked up on my walks. If I don't remember to bring a rock with me on my walk, one of the first things I'll do is I'll look for a little stone I'm attracted to. I'll pick it up and I will carry it with me on my walk. And it reminds me to stay present in my activity, my physical activity, my walk, what I'm doing. And it reminds me to think of things that I'm grateful for as I'm walking about, because there's always things to be grateful for. And sometimes they're just little teeny tiny rocks. There's no size, there's no shape, there's no nothing. But I did, after I was done with the video, remember, oh my gosh, you can buy rocks. You can buy engraved rocks. You can get rocks engraved to say anything you want. I like to think getting a rock engraved and carrying it with you is better than getting a tattoo. But that's just me. Everybody, my kids have tattoos, so I have nothing to say about it. No opinion. Used to be anti-tattoo, but then it's because I was raised anti-ear piercing. I got my ears pierced when I was 18 because of my parents' belief, right? And so often we have beliefs and ideas that don't even belong to us. They're our parents' belief, but we go along with the program anyway. So no nonsense November. I'm actually having fun with it. And I thought, there's no way. It's not even hard to come up with 30 tools that I use all the time, and I haven't even gotten into really pragmatic ones. I'm pretty much just life tools for November. But as we do the next Get Up and Go challenge, which will be December 1st through the 31st, of course, because it's always 30 plus days. I think 2020 is a year that I personally want to end strong and make sure that I'm still getting up and going no matter what is going on around me. I definitely want to end 2020 with another 30-day challenge. So December 1st, we'll do a Get Up and Go challenge. But leading up to that, I wanted to do something. I like to hold myself accountable and consistent and make sure that I am showing up every day. I would never expect anyone that I coach or work with to show up as often as I do, but I want to lead by example. So I want to make sure I am showing up and that I'm showing up with some energy and a positive frame of mind, not just a meh, I'm so grumpy, this isn't going my way. I don't want to hear that. I don't even want to think that, much less hear it or talk about it. So Get Up and Go challenge. Fun challenge today was kind of negative. It's about visitors, and you're either happy when they arrive or you're happy when they leave. And I was thinking have I ever had visitors where I just wish they would go? And I can only think of a couple of situations where I felt uncomfortable because somebody was there a long time. And sometimes it's just because we want our own space. It's not because they're doing anything, but we miss having our own space. I've had my own space for a long, long time. And so sometimes you feel that way. I'm sure there's people in my life that are like, God, I can't wait till she leaves. But that's the nature of life and relationships, right? So it was about being happy when somebody leaves. So I don't know if anybody will share comments like that about, oh, I'm so happy when my mother-in-law leaves, or I'm so happy when my boyfriend leaves so I can do what I want to do, or I'm so happy when I don't know, whatever, my mom comes to visit, and I'm so happy. I love seeing her, but I'm happy when she goes home because then I can go back to doing things my own way, things like that. So that was a fun challenge today. Supersize Your Business was about cutting off your nose to spite your face. Now, I didn't know that people actually physically, hundreds of years ago, women who wanted to remain pious would actually cut off their nose. Several of them became saints, but they would cut off their nose to protect their virginity. I guess that would be a pretty good, deterrent if, you got no nose. I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to visualize it. But apparently it was something that women actually did when they wanted to become nuns and saints. I don't know, crazy sounding to me. But that's because we live in a different time and a different age. But even back then, I don't think self-mutilation is ever a good idea, right? Don't do irreparable damage to ourselves. I used to always tell my kids that. Don't, have fun, live your life, but don't do things that you can't recover from. If you get in a debilitating accident, don't jump off a cliff in shallow water, right? I mean, things like that. But don't do drugs. Don't drink excessive alcohol. Don't do things that could actually kill you, because those are irreparable damage. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to screw up and have to fix things, and we're going to learn from those mistakes and do something different next time and continue to grow and become the people we're supposed to be. But there are some things that are harder to come back from, right? I'm a perfect example of you can come back from anything, right? Sudden cardiac arrest, dead, and I'm here today talking to you 10 years later. Therefore, I am living proof that anything is figure outable and solvable, and that we can always fix things even if we're going in the wrong direction. I'm not alone. There's like, I'm sure hundreds of thousands of us that have actually died or had super close near-death experiences, but are still here to talk about it today. What else is going on? Sleepover with my granddaughter at my sister's house this Saturday night. We're having a fun sleepover, so I'm not sure what'll happen to my videos. Probably Sunday videos will be done later in the day, so I'm just kind of forewarning myself and cutting myself some slack and saying it's perfectly okay to do my videos Sunday, whatever time I want to, because out of 1,012, 13, 14, 15, that'll be about what, say 1,015. I think out of 1,015 days, I can mix up my schedule a little bit, and it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning. And I'm not going to beat myself up about it, right? I get them done when I get them done. I guarantee I'll get them done during the day, but I don't have to do it as soon as I wake up, because we want to have a nice breakfast and play and have fun. And we are not having fun if I'm off making videos, right? At least that's what my granddaughter says. She goes, "Grandma, are you done yet?" When she was hanging out with me during COVID. I'm like, "I'm almost done." And that's why I started just doing them before she came in the morning, which turned me into the early morning video person. I didn't always do them first thing in the morning. I used to just do them whenever the mood struck me as I went about my day, which wasn't very consistent, right? I wasn't doing them every day back then. So that's what I'm working on. Upcoming Challenge Summit. Definitely going to be a Challenge Summit, probably January or February. I'm actually thinking February, because everybody's all hell-bent on New Year's resolutions and things in January. And so this is not going to be a New Year's resolution summit, although January is a great month to be planning if you want to do a challenge, if you want to participate in challenges time. But it's gotten to the point where you can just turn on your computer, and maybe it's me because I watch challenges and participate in them all the time that I see them so much on my social media, but it's not hard to find a free challenge to do something. It's not hard to challenge yourself to do anything if you want to, and if you use a framework and you just go for it. We are all inherently, we all have the ability to be self-starters and create the life we want. We just have to believe that we can. And challenges are actually a great way to help increase your confidence and help you know that you can do and be and have and achieve whatever you absolutely positively want. I'm not going to talk about the challenge book because I haven't done anything on it this entire week. All right, have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, if you have any questions about anything offline to online, this is actually supposed to be me documenting my journey as I go from the offline to the online world, and I don't think I even talked about that today. Probably because I work so much still with the offline world that it feels like I'm not really 100% gung-ho and into the online world. That's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.